Hey, how are we doing today? I want to ask you a question. Have you ever had anything stolen from you before? Right? It is a horrible feeling, isn't it? Um, I collect baseball memorabilia. I love old gloves and nodders, bobbleheads, pennants. I used to collect baseball cards from 1975 back until the early 1900s. I just love that stuff. I think it's awesome, right? That you can find stuff at flea markets and yard sales and auctions. And me and my buddy, we used to collect this stuff, and I kept some of it, and I have it. I've had it for years. And one day I went into my room, the room that I stored all this stuff in, and I noticed some things were missing. Like some things that I really liked. There was some old Mickey Mantle cards and Roberto Clemente cards, Richie Ashburn cards, Mike Schmidt cards, some other things, some old comic books that I had found at a yard sale. And so some of this stuff that I had collected over the years that I thought was pretty cool, it's missing. And I started to think about it and started to go back over things, and turns out someone that I knew and loved and trusted had taken it upon themselves to take that stuff and sell them on their own for their own profit. And I was heartbroken because it was not only was it stuff that meant something to me that I thought was pretty cool and I had collected over the years, and thought maybe I would hand that down through the generations in my family. But what really hurt the most was that it was someone that I trusted and that I cared for. And I tried to put that all into perspective, right? That stuff, that it's temporary stuff, right? The stuff that was stolen, and it doesn't mean that much in the long run. But what really hurt was that someone that I loved and trusted took advantage of my good faith in them, and they broke that trust. And I started to think about that in my faith walk. You know, I trust that God is always there. I trust that God is always working, that He has my best interest at heart. And sometimes, things go south, things don't really work out the way that we think they should be working out. And sometimes we go like, well, yo, God, what are you doing, man? How come this isn't happening the way that I thought it was supposed to? I mean, I love you. I want to be close to you, but man, what are you doing? We get that way sometimes, right? When things don't work out our way. But here's the thing, God is always working. God always is trying to teach us and have us grow in our faith walk with Him. So guess what? Sometimes we need to be on our knees before we start to grow, because sometimes we get full of ourselves, don't we? We think that we know all the answers. We think we've got it all handled. And sometimes God says, hey, maybe you need to be humbled a little bit and come back to me and put your full trust in me in all situations. Because here's the thing, when we're unfaithful, God is still faithful. He never turns His back on us. He never turns us away. He just doesn't always answer us the way that we think He should, because He loves us more than we will ever know, and He wants the best for us. May God continue to pour out His grace, mercy, and blessings on each and every one of us until we get to meet again. Amen. Amen.